Welcome to Eve Online. I'm Made Freak. So, graphs. I learned over the decades it's really important to make this as wide as possible. You want to cut down the subjective drama of having it look more like. I found Oz by reading an article. I was trying to find the scandals of Eve and see if anything's talking about what the hell CCP is on about. Well, we have to crack down on bad behavior during events, and you're like, the what? I think they're just trying to drum up news about it to have it be an article again, right? Any news is good news, right? So I found this guy, and I don't think I've seen him before. I think I've heard about him, but whatever. That might be just the Ozman reviews. So apparently he's popular. I don't know. But what he's got, and apparently he's really good at finance, probably more than me, but he's using deliberately a squished graph here. It looked like in the past I would think this would be perfectly okay. Have it square, it seems if you square it, it'll make much more sense. But no. After a while, you realize, wait a minute, no, that's just bullshit. But he should know this, and he's got giveaways and blah blah blah. All those are probably the 5 things that make videos go viral. And this is more dramatic. It is. Just literally more dramatic than looking at that. Now, the interesting thing is when people talk about this stuff, and I believe the happy place since the beginning has been 2.5 million, and I calculated out a long time ago using a website that's dead now, that goes back to the beginning, and that's the happy place right here. But if it's gone 33% up, the happy place is now here. That's 33% jump from here to here. That's only 33% jump, right? So that was the same spot. These are the speculations. The trillionaires speculating right now, driving the price way back up because of speculation. They gained sanity right here, but yeah, it didn't last very long. But it's a bubble. It'll go back to this. And the funny thing is, this is not something new. The irony of it. This is not something new at all. That was back in 2020. Yeah, May 2020. The height of the pandemic. And this went back, I go back a year, right? So this was a year. So this was 2019 right here. So 2019, it was at almost 4.5. It was most likely like 4.25. Probably 4.1 million. When you looked at the market, these things are very deceptive about the true price. So yeah, it's dropped back to the happy spot where it was, and that's 2020. So yeah, CCP never liked the happy spot. They're greedy little shits, and they wanted to pump it up. But unfortunately, they had the good doctor of economics. It was around the 2012 era, and that was cool. He was with them for a while, and he knew that this was the gold standard to keep the prices at this level, because it was the sane thing to do. And there's no incentive for CCP not to go balls to the wall and try to drive as high as possible. Well, you know what I mean. That everybody's ever bought plex, thinking, if I buy 500 plex, that's 1.5 billion. And if the price goes lower, you're like, oh man, that's not your bang for your buck. But if it increases, they're more than happy for that. Now, they're not probably directly influencing the market, and they're just leaving it as is. Could you imagine the shitstorm of scandal if they did that? If they were the trillionaires influencing the market? Yeah, no, they, yeah, stupidity and greed. Yeah, you can count on that in Eve players. So, yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, that back in 2019, it was up there. I don't remember why. There was probably a good reason for it. Probably a very good reason for it. And yeah, it eventually dropped down. So, yes, very interesting stuff in Eve. And you see that, you go, oh my God, it's never happened before. Because, yeah, you can't go back a long time. And you can't get, it's more dramatic. I mean, we know CCP is, because it's a game. Why would you go back further? And, well, also, I'm glad they only go back a year, because people have learned how to grief the market and make the line flat. I don't know how they do it, but Tritanium in the past has been completely flat for a year because somebody jimmied the market and was able to, I don't know how, manipulate it somehow so that there's no movement in the graph upwards or downwards. Sometimes you could get away with it by deleting the min-max. Wait, wrong one. The Donchian, the median, and the min-max, and that would sometimes fix the issue, and that's why I don't have the min-max anymore and the Donchian, because if you could turn those off, you could repair the griefing of the market. That's why I have it this way, and it's cleaner, so that's a plus. It was a happy aesthetic bonus to trying to fix the griefing. Yeah, I mean, not to, I'll be definitely following Oz because he's got some good videos. I mean, hell, the top 10 cap ships by trade volume, pretty neat.
Traded day, right? Why am I?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. This is the kind of stuff I love, right? You're like, maybe I want to learn how to build a Gila. It seems to be profitable, right? So I was in my naive mind, I thought that Armageddon and all those ships would be somewhere in this graph, but wow, apparently not. That's pretty interesting. And there's the only Black Ops battleship is the Marshall. So that's incredibly interesting in and of itself. I knew the Orca was up there because, noobs just love their Orcas. Even, unskilled people flying Orcas. It's definitely possible. So, yeah. Yeah, why not? I follow you, Demo Scout, and I follow the role player, Ashtarothi. Hardly anybody else in Eve. I can't stand most of them. And some of them I just don't know how to speak speak Russian, right? So yeah, it's fascinating stuff. I got nothing else for you. I'm just blabbing. I've already done my yearly look at the markets, so I don't need to commentate that. I don't feel like it. Did I? I think I did the everything involving building a fuel block, basically. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you're welcome to watch that old year. It is interesting. Like the reason I did the annual thing, and I wanted to keep it to a year long, because otherwise you're just filling space. You're filling the silence, and being able to do a yearly thing and then compare past years, that's gold. And if you can do it smart, it's brilliant, right? I tried to be exhaustive as possible because I knew I'd get better at talking about it, but I'd still want my future self to benefit from the naive stumblings of trying to do an annual analysis, right? So it was incredibly exhaustive, and quite fun to do. But then CCP just yanked the carpet out from under all of us by just being complete douchebags. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Like, again, caveat, I did not mind that they nerfed the Rorqual drones and the Orca drones by, not by much though, and removed the ABCs from HiSec. That was just silly. And yeah, anyways, yeah, beyond that caveat, yes, I'm like, meh, whatever, you know, we'll deal with it. The grind for, like, is it still valuable for me to pause my training in order to play for free? Yeah, sure. I mean, without pausing my training to just devote my actual 1Q into, skill farming, that lowers the price of me plexing my 6 accounts by 50%. I take longer to get the seed money to get it started. Like, it's up to 5 billion now. Probably go even higher next month. But yeah, I mean, it's worth it. I mean, I hate grinding to play for free. It sucks. But I've got a profession now that actually can do it without just horrible grinding. So it's okay. I like it. It's survivable for now. I can't see it going up, like plex prices. Can't see it going above 5, like double. That's beyond silly at that point.